and welcome to a brand new episode of Headbanger's Kitchen. This month it's burgers and bands. Yup, I'm going to be cooking up burgers all through the month of January. And I've already done a pork burger in the last episode. So today I'm going to be attacking the beef. Now, 4 years ago when I started Headbanger's Kitchen, I did a beef burger as my very first episode. And to be really honest, in 2010 I was the kind of guy that went to McDonald's and Burger King and thought their burgers were good. Yep, I'm ashamed of it, but you know what? We all have a past. So it's time to make what's wrong right. And I'm going to be cooking up a Juicy Lucy, which is a delicious beef patty with cheese in the middle, and it's going to be delicious. Now for the band part of things, I'm interviewing Samron Jude from Systemhouse 33 today. And they've just come back from a European tour, so this is going to be interesting. Stay tuned and let's go make that Juicy Lucy now. Now the Juicy Lucy is a really simple burger. We're not going to flavor the beef with anything fancy. We're just going to start by seasoning it with some salt, some pepper and some rosemary dust. Now what is this rosemary dust, you ask? Well, if you just click on this bottle here, you can watch my video on how to make it. The next thing we're going to do is shape our burger patties. Now here I'm going to be using this nifty burger making tool, but you can just use your hands to make it. So take some beef and lay it out nice and flat, stuff it with some cheese. We'll make another small thin patty and cover it with and mold it together, and you've got a Juicy Lucy burger patty. Now remember to put this in the fridge for about 15 minutes before we fry it. Now while that's happening, let's make a delicious Sriracha mustard mayonnaise, and we're going to take our favorite mustard, some Sriracha sauce, some mayonnaise, give that a good mix together, and we've got our sauce for the burger. I also think beef burgers need to be accompanied by some kind of potatoes, and today we're going to whip up some delicious potato wedges. So start by chopping up your potato into wedges, and then we're going to parboil it for about 15 minutes in salted water. The next thing we're going to do is season it with some paprika and some cayenne pepper. This is just for a little bit of flavoring and heat, and give it a good mix. Don't worry if things break, those lovely broken edges will crisp up nicely. Next we throw them in the deep fryer and we cook them till they are nice and golden brown. And we drain them on some paper towels and they are ready. That looks good. Now before we fry our burger patty, let's fry up some delicious bacon and cook it till it's nice and crispy. Once the bacon is done, remove it and add a little bit of oil in the same pan. We're going to use the same pan to fry the burger in and continue the flavors of the bacon. So you need to fry the burger patty for about 4 to 5 minutes on each side for a well done burger patty. Maybe a little less if you want it medium rare. Once it's done cooking, flip it over. We're going to layer a slice of cheese on that, cover it with a lid and let it cook some more. Oh my god, look at that burger. It's cooked and ready. We're going to take that out and let it rest now. In the exact same pan, we are going to grill our onions so it catches all that flavor. The onions need about 2 minutes on each side, and just season them with a bit of salt and pepper, and a little later add in some of those resting juices from the burger for extra flavor. Now that the onions are done, it's time to assemble the burger. We're going to put the bread down first, and then we're going to put the sauce, and then some lettuce leaves and some tomatoes, and then the delicious Juicy Lucy burger patty and some crispy bacon, and then cover it up and serve the potato wedges with it. And there you have it, the Juicy Lucy is ready. That looks good. Alright guys, so we're here with Samron from Systemhouse 33. Hey man, welcome to the show.
Hi Sahil.
It's a pleasure to have you here.
It's awesome to be on the show.
So you guys have just come back from like 12-15 day tour with 6 feet
10
under.
day.
10-day tour, yeah. So how was the tour, man? Tell me all about it.
It was one of the best experiences, that we've ever had as a band together. For me, it has been the best experience in my life. And these are one of the things when you only do you go through it, you realize what it teaches you. There's no way of even, imagining what it's going to teach you. You've done that too, so you know what I'm talking about. And really want to tell out all the bands out there that if they can get a chance, do whatever it takes, make it happen. It will help music, in India, and that's what we need.
Nice.
Yeah.
Alright, so for those who don't know, tell us what a typical day on tour is actually like. Like, what do you do in the morning, what do you do at night, what's the whole day like?
So when your show is done, you hang out, talk to people until you pass out with the bands and stuff. You pass out, you wake up before the show, load all the stuff, like your amps and everything that you're going to be using for the show. You load all of that. Since we were the first band opening the show, we had a sound check. So we set basically, a basic sound for everyone, because you are the only band that's sound checking.
So even 6 feet under doesn't check?
Straight on stage.
Wow. And you sleep in the bus?
Yeah, there are bunks in the bus. You have to pass out there. You don't call it sleep.
So you went in the nightliner basically?
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, so nightliner was amazing. And so you wake up, you do everything, sound check, then by the time you set up your merchandise stall, everyone's like inside, before you. It was great that, the first band got a decent crowd, because everyone's there for that show. It's not just for 6 feet under. That's the attitude. You're not just coming to see your band, which you already know. You're also coming to explore. So that helps a lot, because you're always learning something new. That will also help the Indian scene if that happens. And we basically used to perform, and then everybody wanted to talk to you and ask you about India, your music. So you're talking a lot. You're talking about your music, how you've come here. People thought that we were just like overnight,
Yeah.
We just formed like a year back, or like a two-year-old band. But then we told them we're 12 years old, and they couldn't believe it, and they were imagining India, and they were asking questions according to what they thought India was.
Yes.
And you know how that goes. So, and even the language barrier was there, but the music was the I don't know what you call that. It's
the bonding factor.
Yeah, it's just something that that you don't need language anymore.
Yeah.
Because when you play on stage and you come out, they all know you. They know that they are just like you. So that's a typical day, and meeting a lot of people, which is something I really like doing anyways.
Yeah.
And talking about the music, about what you can give them. It's the music and whatever you know. And they do the same, they're sharing. They want to talk, they want to be with you. We've got people stay right up to the moment the bus is going to leave, and we have to say like bye. And that's really late at night or early morning.
Nice.
So that's a great feeling, they are not just your friends, they're just random people. Just because of the music, they are there with you for that day.
And to ask you this, how does a band get a tour like this? How did you guys even get an opportunity like this?
Great. So this is something that is this as well. It's a lot of struggle. It's reaching out to everyone, getting no every time for an answer. Because who the hell are you? No one knows you, and especially from India, they don't really take you seriously. And so we've been trying to reach out to companies and people who make this happen in countries where people love this kind of music. It's their culture. So it's been like 2 years that I've been reaching out to people and asking them what can we do. We are interested in the band is ready to put in their money, their hard-earned money, to do something, to see if their music is worth that money. It's everything comes down to whether it's worth it or not, right?
Correct.
So we just thought, it's worth it, and let's try it out, because we've played shows here, we've done everything we could here, and that will never stop. But it's also equally important to do newer things,
True.
which exist.
Yeah.
So taking that jump. So we did that, and we reached out to people for 2 years, and then we got a response. That tour got cancelled with 6 Feet Under, because they just toured with Vader and Suffocation. So they said that we don't want to tour Europe again, because we've just played.
Yeah.
So then we got an option where this is like a legacy tour. It's the 9th year that it was held.
Yeah.
And we couldn't believe it because it's a nightliner, first of all. You know how tough
Yeah.
it is to get a nightliner. It's as expensive as €1,000 to €2,000 a night.
Correct.
For one nightliner. That's, expensive, So even big bands don't, really always prefer to do that because you got to make money from it as well.
Correct.
So this was just too good for us, and we couldn't say no, and now it's history.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. So that's very interesting, man. But tell me, what are the financials like? Because bands, have this idea that I don't know, somebody pay for your flight and your bus and all that. But what is the real reality of it actually?
Great question, because I'm thinking everyone would want to know the answers for this. So when you go on tour, you either take your own transport or you get a transport from the company that's taking you on tour. Everything costs money. You go to buy something from the shop, there'll be the same product. One will cost 10 rupees, one will cost 12 rupees, the same thing. Your car will cost you X amount, and say if the organizer is getting you a car or a bus, it will cost you X amount. So what they do is, it's just the financials of a company. If they need to run a tour, this is the amount. The headliner band, because of which the tour is happening, that the crowd comes in, is basically getting everyone to play. Right?
Yeah.
Because of their crowd, you have a crowd. So they don't have to obviously pay. They make money off this. Yeah, you can't. So the other bands that are lesser known, who want to make a mark, who want their music to go out there in the best way possible, playing live in front of people, and a crowd that loves that kind of music.
Yeah.
So the financials are basically the bus, stay, which is if you're getting a bus, which is a nightliner, you stay on the bus. But if they give you transport and they give you stay separately, sometimes like some bands get a room also.
Yeah. You all went on a nightliner, so
we went on a
nightliner.
So that is the cost. Then the venue, you got to book venues, and I don't know how the venues work, but some need guarantees because these are bigger venues. If they don't have you, they'll have a suffocation tomorrow. Like we played, and Motorhead was playing on the 11th in Berlin, and we played on 12th in Glauchau. So everyone's waiting to do shows because people want to come for shows. So it's very high demand, and everything is expensive. It's December, it's season time, not obviously for metal, but for people in terms of people spending their money. I want to spend money during Christmas, have a good time, go out with my friends, burn my leaves, So thinking of everyone knows that, people want to spend their money, and this could be a good time as well. So to get all of that fixed, it costs money. So the bands chip in, like the opening act will have an X amount that the organizer, like our organizer told us, this is how it is. You pay this if you want to be on tour.
Okay. So it's
you got to pay your money because nothing comes to free,
So you're basically paying for the van and the backline.
You're paying for the tour to happen, basically. If you don't pay that money, there is no tour for you, unless you're well known, like a 6 Feet Under, where the crowd, everyone's paying like €30, €25, and there's like 200, 300 people. Band is making money. The only way where it works out, at the end, the math is you sell your merchandise. So you take enough, you make sure people know about the music, that that you can talk to them and invite them to your stall, and that's how you get your money back.
So you guys are coming out with a new album now called Regression. Tell me a little bit about that. What's different? Is the music the same as it's been, or what's new?
The music's very different. We have better production. We've spent a lot of time on this record, writing it, not only recording it. And we've thought about what we are writing in this album. Regression is a very vast subject, and we live it every day, and there's so many things that are regressing around us. It's all about those issues, and that's what we've written, in the album. And we believe in what we speak on this album, and that's given us a very strong force, as a band when we play live, because we mean everything that we say. And in the past, it was more where we used to take a riff, and then I would write lyrics, and we would then put in some parts. And with this album, it's like we spent time, brainstormed, and thought about what we should write, what the riff should sound like, what do people love, what do we love, and what would it sound when we play in front of like 500 people or 1,000 people. It should sound massive, you know. So we've taken all those things into account and written it in a way where we love it definitely, but people should love it, because you know we are also that fan. We are also a music lover. We know what we like and what people would love to listen, and that's what Regression is all about.
Nice. And when is this scheduled to be released?
So we've not fixed a date. We're working on some shows and probably release it, but anytime soon, probably first week of Feb or end of Jan. We're just waiting for some shows, and then we'll have the. But you can pre-order it right now.
Cool. So go and pre-order Regression now. Okay. So you also did vocals for Scepter for a while. So why did you leave Scepter, and how did you even come to join Scepter?
Okay, so I joined Scepter when Frank gave me a call, and he asked me about what I was doing and whether I would be interested in auditioning for Scepter. So I said, yeah, why not, and that's how I auditioned for Scepter, and there were a lot of other vocalists also doing the same, but I was there for around 6 months auditioning, trying out. They were very strict about what they wanted.
Yeah.
So I had to work on a lot of things like my vocal style and more into thrash metal, which is something that I had to put in some time. And so that's how I joined Scepter, and I played with them for 5 years, did one album with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good time. And the reason why I left Scepter is because I'm also having a full-time job. I'm not doing any music full-time, even though I try to do it as much of the spare time that I get. But it's tough. So my work allows me to travel a lot, and I would not be able to give Systemhouse as well as Scepter, equal amount of time. And it's just not possible no matter how much you want to do it,
Yeah, of course.
And that's what happened. I didn't want it to become a drag, and I told the guys that this is what it is, and my my work schedule is busy, and I won't be able to give you the time that someone who is with you full time would probably give.
Yeah.
So I think it's better that I step down. That's why I'm
That's fair.
Yeah.
Alright. Okay, so since we are a food show, I want to know what is your favorite food?
My favorite food is Lebanese food. I love Lebanese food, and the grilled stuff and the olive oil on it, and it just makes me feel good. So that's
Nice.
my favorite kind of food.
And do you do any cooking or
Not at all.
Not at all.
Nothing.
Just eat it.
Just probably fry an egg.
Awesome. So I hope you're going to enjoy the burger that I feed you.
Oh yeah, looking forward to it.
So what does the future hold for Systemhouse 33 now? What's the plan?
So yeah, we want to release the album Regression and have some merchandise out there. We've also got a very special thing which is called the wrist driver albums in this.
Oh wow.
Especially for you for doing this.
And I pronounce you chef and eater.
So that's a wrist drive.
Oh, that's pretty cool, man.
8 GB, all our songs in it.
Yeah. Awesome, man.
So we're releasing the album, and after that we're looking for a tour. We got a show actually in the US, in San Francisco, called the Mother's Day Fest. It's one day before Mother's Day.
Oh, yeah.
That's the 7th of May. So we're looking forward to playing that first.
Oh, wow.
And probably do a tour with that, but we'll have to save up, do some shows here. And probably then, if we could afford to do something like that.
Wow.
So, I'd like to tell everyone, if they can buy our album, it would really support the band as well.
Don't download, buy it.
Yes.
Alright, man, it's been a pleasure having you. So
Pleasure, it's been an honor.
I hope you're ready now to taste the beef burger.
I am.
The Juicy Lucy.
Yeah.
Let's go and taste the Juicy Lucy. Alright, Samron, are you ready to try and devour this Juicy Lucy?
I want to, Sahil, but the size of this is like kind of huge.
Yes.
But yeah,
Yes.
that's how a burger is, I guess.
Well, let's dig in and let's see how it is.
Okay.
So what do you think, Samron?
It's rare to have a burger like this, as good as this. So I'm so happy to be here.
Yeah, and when you reach the center, there should be cheese in the middle.
Oh.
I've cut mine open and I can see the cheese.
Look at you. Crazy.
The stringy mozzarella, with juicy beef patty. bacon, cheese on top. What's not to like about this?
This is one burger that everyone can't taste, but
Well, they can watch the video and make it at home. So guys, cook this up at home and
you can.
yeah, and let us know how it turned out for you. And try the potato as well.
Nice. I really like this burger, man, and I actually don't eat burgers if they're not good. It's it has to be that. Oh, I leave it or something, but I want more of this burger.
You could probably.
I'll remember this. I'll be like, oh, Sahil, remember the burger? I won't tell you that.
That's awesome, man. Alright, so there you have it. Samron has given the Juicy Lucy the thumbs up, and we'll see you on the next episode of Headbanger's Kitchen. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Headbanger's Kitchen. Please give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and tell me which burger should I make on the next episode. I've already done a chicken burger before. I've even done a pork burger. So what should I do next? I did beef this time. So maybe lamb, mutton, fish, octopus? You tell me. And which band should I interview on the show? Who is the next? You tell me. So till the next episode of Headbanger's Kitchen, cheers and keep cooking.